As we head into the Tucson summer months and Tucson's heating up, is the housing market heating up or is it cooling off? I'm going to go over the Tucson housing market report for May 2022. Hello, my name's Tyler Ford, Tucson, Arizona with eXp Realty, and welcome to this episode of Living in Tucson, your Tucson Real Estate Connection. And in this episode, I'm going to be going over the Tucson housing market report for May 2022. And we've had 2 years of record-breaking housing market across the U.S. and Tucson, double-digit appreciation rates, but the market is showing some signs of slowing. Inventory levels are ticking up, mortgage rates are up more than double over the last probably 9 months, and it looks as though things are slowing down. So I'm going to go over the numbers and show you what's going on here in Tucson as far as the housing market. Let's get to it and dive on into the numbers. And the first number I want to cover is what we call percentage of list. And that is when somebody lists a home in the MLS, what percentage of the list price are sellers getting on average? And in a normal healthy market, percentage of list is anywhere from 92 to 97%, meaning that if somebody listed a home for $100,000, they're going to get anywhere from $92,000 to $97,000. And over the last couple years, percentage of list has been right at about 100% or slightly higher, meaning sellers, if pricing a home correctly, are getting their asking price. So for May 2022, percentage of list for single family homes was 101.8%, and for townhomes and condos, percentage of list was 103.4%. So again, if pricing a home correctly, and that's always the best strategy because it brings in the most amount of buyers and can end up actually driving the price higher rather than pricing the home too high out of the gate and actually letting it sit. People begin to question, why is this home, especially in this market, been sitting longer than normal? So again, pricing strategy is really, really important. And the big mistake that I see a lot of sellers making is they, right out of the gate, price a home too high. So it's better to be, especially in this market with low inventory, if you price a home right, it actually drives that price up. So you can anticipate if your home's priced correctly in the MLS, you're going to get slightly over 100% of the list price in regards to selling your home in the MLS. The next number I want to cover is what we call months of inventory, and that is if no other homes were to hit the market today, how long would it take for all the inventory to be sold off in the MLS? And in a normal healthy market, months of inventory is anywhere from probably 60 to maybe 70 days of inventory in the MLS. And we've been far below that. And even pre-COVID, months of inventory was well below what it normally is. So months of inventory, May 2022 for the Tucson housing market for single family homes was 1 month, 30 days. So again, if no other homes were to hit the market today, in about 30 days, all the single family inventory here in the MLS would be gone. And so for townhomes and condos, it's slightly lower. It's 0.7, which is 21 days of inventory for townhomes and condos listed in the Tucson MLS. Now let's dive into what we call days on market, and that is how long does it take a home to go under contract? So from the time that somebody lists a home till the time that it goes under contract, not from the time that you list until it actually closes, that's what is called days on market. And in a normal healthy market, days on market is going to be anywhere from 45 to 60 days. Over the last couple years, since COVID hit, we've been well below what it normally is, and it's everything to do with supply and demand and lack of inventory. So days on market, May 2022 for single family homes was 17 days. So if a home's priced correctly, you can anticipate that your home would go under contract from 0 to 17 days on average. For townhomes and condos, the average days on market was 10 days for May 2022. And again, if your home's priced correctly, you can anticipate that it's going to go under contract within 30 days in this market that we're currently in. By now, you're probably wondering what home values are doing here in Tucson, Arizona. And over the last couple of years, we've seen double-digit appreciation rates. And although this month home values did go up slightly, they're not moving up at the rate that they were moving in terms of month to month. But on a year-to-date look at what's going on, again, we've seen double-digit appreciation rates. So for May 2022, and I'm going to go over the median home value rather than the average. The average takes everything. There could be a really high sale that could actually skew that number. So I like to use the median. It's a little bit more consistent and doesn't fluctuate as much. So the median home value here in Tucson, Arizona for May 2022, single family homes, $385,000. Up year over year, 17.9%. For townhomes and condos, the median sales price was $257,500, up 25% year over year for townhomes and condos. Now I'm going to go over my favorite number. It's one that I look at a daily basis. It's the amount of inventory that's listed in the MLS, Economics 101, supply and demand. And over the last couple of years, we've had far more demand than supply, which has pushed the inventory down, which in turn has pushed prices up. And again, double-digit appreciation rates. In a normal, healthy market, year over year in terms of appreciation, we see anywhere from probably 6 to 8, maybe 10% in a good year. But we've been double-digit over the last couple of years, and it has everything to do with low inventory here in the Tucson market. But we are starting to see signs of this market slowing. Inventory levels are ticking up, and every month I do a live where we dive into the MLS and I track inventory levels, and that's a good one to get in to watch. You can see it on YouTube and schedule that each and every month. I do the live to go over the inventory levels. But so for inventory levels for May 2022 for single family homes, there are only 1,176 homes listed in the MLS. And again, that's up from the lows of in the high 600 range, the lows that we had earlier in this year. For townhomes and condos, there's only, in all of the Tucson MLS, there's only 135 active townhomes and condos listed in the MLS. So again, this is something that I look at on a daily basis, and we are starting to see a shift in this market, and inventory levels are slowly starting to rise as interest rates have gone up, putting the brakes on things. Buyers are now priced out of this market with interest rates going up and home values going up. Home affordability is starting to become a big issue, and in my opinion, is starting to slow this market. Go back and watch last month's Tucson housing market report for April. And in that report, I predicted that the top of this housing market was going to be May, June of this year. And home values went up slightly from April to May. We'll see what happens come June. But I'm curious as to your opinion in terms of what's going to go on with the housing market across the U.S. and in Tucson, whether home values are going to continue to go up, we're going to go sideways from here, or we're going to go down. Go ahead and comment below and say up, down, sideways, and then why you think that. Again, curious as to your thoughts. I don't have that crystal ball. It's just a gut feeling that we're getting close to the top of the housing market here in Tucson. So again, love to get your feedback in terms of the Tucson housing market. Keep in mind, we've got a 16-foot box moving truck. So if you use us to buy or sell a home, you're more than welcome to use our moving truck. And even after the fact on the road, if you ever need to move appliances or furniture, pick something up at Home Depot or Lowe's, you're more than welcome to use our truck. Well, that wraps up the Tucson Housing Market Report for May 2022. And if you want to do a deeper dive into what's going on, each and every month, the Tucson Association puts out a really good report. And there's a lot of things that I didn't go over. I just covered some of the basic numbers that I like to cover. But if you scroll down into the show notes, if you're here watching this on YouTube, you can click on the link and it'll take you over to the report, which will actually give you far more information than what I'm giving you here. year. But again, really appreciate you watching the video. Do me a huge favor. It helps. If you like this video, found it of value, give me an internet high five by liking it. And again, go ahead and comment below and let me know whether you think we're going to go up, down, sideways from here in terms of home values, and why. And for more awesome videos about living in Tucson, your Tucson Real Estate Connection, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, make it a great day.